It's a beautiful day here in Coventry, Rhode Island. We just had some rains. I'm going to do a garden walkthrough. Starting out with my bee balm. I grew this a couple of years ago. I got some seeds from a seed exchange, and they never germinated, so I threw the little pots in here in this garden, and the next year suddenly I had all of this bee balm. Now I had yellow bee balm before. Now it looks like I've got this beautiful burgundy. The other plant that I had in this garden is called obedient plant, and it hasn't quite come up, but I think these really tall plants here are obedient plant, and those will come out in August. So we're gonna go through my garden, my front yard. Oh, there's my kayak. It's all ready for crabbing this weekend. And here we have these, and these are phlox, and they're kind of naturalized. This was a pea plant that had beautiful blue blossoms. As you can see now, all I have are seed pods, which I'm going to save. Queen Anne's lace, which kind of grows wild around here. I let it grow up because it looks pretty. Black-eyed Susan, which you're going to find a ton of here. And I've got this beautiful bush that was purple flowers, but now it's all gone to seed. And now what we're going to do is get to the front of the garden, which is pretty much, as you can see, naturalized Black-eyed Susans again. The mailbox that's gotten hit about 20 times by trucks, which I have to replace. So here is my front garden bed, which I've pretty much focused on whiskey barrels, so I'm going to go through them. First of all, I got this really pretty purple kind of flower. This is a juga, and it's burgundy glow. I've got fennel, I've got celeriac, and then I got some of these mini whiskey barrels because they were on sale at Tractor Supply, and I started putting tomato plants into those. These are ones that I bought, and I grow other ones by seed, and the seed ones I put in my big whiskey barrel. So right here I have thyme, a lot of thyme, and these are snapdragons, which have blossomed, and now they're seed heads. I've got more fennel, and I've got one of my heirloom tomatoes. I'm not sure which one. And I have some parsley over here. And I've also got peppers that I put into the little barrels. And these are ones that I bought. It's too much of a hassle to grow these things from seed. I go over to my other whiskey barrel. I've got bronze fennel. I've got, I think this is some kind of a lupine. Just coming out. And then I've got the Black-eyed Susans, which grow all over. Got a nasturtium. More of this, I think this is the celeriac too. I've got, right here is ice plant. The blossoms have already closed because it's kind of dreary. And if you look here, my main garden, I've got a lot of lilies, Black-eyed Susans, another pepper plant. And then here's my next big whiskey barrel. You can see stuff grew really high. I had a Black-eyed Susan that came up here, and then Shasta daisies, which normally are not like 4 feet high, but they are in my garden. They're really pretty though. Then coming back to the next set of whiskey barrels, I've got this plant, which is really neat. It's a starlight milk wick seed. Really pretty little yellow flowers. And then this one right here, it was blooming last week. It was a kind of a blue. It's called Boom Chocolata. And then this was really neat. It's a black columbine plant, but it's already gone to seed, so I'll collect the seed. Then, once again, another pepper. Got a combination of jalapenos, some bell type of peppers, poblanos. Okay, here's another, what they call a potato leaf tomato. I think it's a black trifle is what it is. They're heirlooms that I started from seed. I collect seed from all over the world. And in here is some lettuce that I actually cut with no lettuce left. And this is a beautiful little plant. It's called Love in a Mist. And I grew this from seed that I got from somebody on a seed exchange years ago. And it's just really turned out really pretty. And you can see the seed pods right here. So I'll be collecting seed from that if anybody wants it. And once again, got some more fennel. Somewhere in here I might have dill too. They look about the same. More tomatoes. This variety is called Stellar, I believe. And it's probably a hybrid. Even though I like the heirlooms, sometimes I will buy the hybrids because they come in faster. This is a huge snapdragon and it's already bloomed, but you can see a couple of blooms left on it. And as you can see as I look up, we're looking back at more tiger lilies. This is an entire whiskey barrel full of mint, spearmint. I let it go to flower and seed. I could cut it back to keep the mint, but the flowers are so pretty. The bees love them. More peppers. And here I've got, actually this is a wild raspberry. I've got them all over the place. They just grow all over my property. Okay, and then I've got, I think this is some kind of eggplant or something. I gotta see when I look it up. And then more tomato. Another tomato. Got one variety called Bonnie's Best Ever Tomato. We'll see. Got a couple tomatoes on it. And then this is a phlox, a garden phlox. And it was a beautiful, beautiful lavender one. But you can see it's gone to seed now. So I'll collect those seeds. And I've got some, I think these are probably, these are an jalapeno pepper. And I just wanted to focus in on these. I've got some absolutely beautiful lilies here. And this one right here, so pretty. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can see a bunch here too. All the way through here. And then I've got some irises that are coming up. And once again, there's another tomato. There's a tomato in every pot at my house. And then this is a really neat, beautiful, beautiful lilies once again. Just gorgeous. And then I've got this plant, and I keep forgetting what it's called. I'll have to look it up. But those came up a couple years ago. Once again, a seed exchange, and somehow I got some seeds in here and started them, and they have just taken over my garden. There's a whole bunch of them all over the place. Then once again, we have more raspberries. You can see right here. Got one right here that I could pick. And I could eat. Okay. My last barrel, I've got flowers. I think these are zinnias or chrysanthemums, something like that. And then I've got this really neat, beautiful purple flower. It's just closed up. But it's too bad because it looks really nice. And here's a picture of it. I just bought these this weekend. It's called the Purple Poppy Mallow. And these are really neat. If you have whiskey barrels, I really suggest these. And then last of all, I've got another pepper, and then I've got a peony, which has already bloomed. So looking out, it's my backyard where the dogs are, but they obviously haven't seen me. And once again, just Just a quick run through all of my barrels. And I just love coming out and seeing what is new each day when you grow things, because I have a lot of stuff that I plant that I forget. And then there's stuff that just naturally comes in. And you're going to see as you go back toward my door, I also have just a ton of lilies, black-eyed Susans, just a lot of stuff back here. But it's really nice this time of year. We've had much more rain than normal, so everything is just looking wonderful right now. And that's my front yard. I have a bunch of stuff in the backyard, but we'll get to that some other time. Yep. And last of all, these are the granite posts. The house was built in 1850, and these things were put in. There was a fence here, but right now I just have these posts, and my plan is to actually, I can't remove them, is to actually I have lights that I plan to put on them.